Have not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you
Have not been supported. They pay you to not discuss things they don't believe you should discuss. They let you know that themselves. Feline Williams was as of late a piece of one of the most disputable meetings of the year when he was included in an episode of the digital broadcast series Club Show. Shay with its host, Shannon Sharp. Hug yourselves, since there is a ton to unload from this meeting, as Feline Williams didn't keep down, not the slightest bit, and rushed to uncover each and every individual who has at any point expressed down on him, besides the fact that he uncovered individual comics for lying on his name, yet even ventures to call out big-name superstars like Kevin Hart and Crazy for being a piece of the Illuminati. You understand what the main occupation of someone that sold their spirit at Hollywood is to behave as it didn't occur. Chris Exhaust even discovered a wanderer during the meeting when Feline Williams said that he was as of now not similar Chris Exhaust we as a whole new, but instead the Epstein variant of himself. The Chris Exhaust that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Exhaust, not Smoky Gracious Master yet. These aren't the main things he said, so continue looking as we'll stall all down for you. Well, how could he lie? I don't have any idea why liars lie yet. I can't see you. This one of the primary jokesters that Feline Williams needed to address during the start of the meeting was that of Ricky Smiley. Feline Williams had a few in number words for Smiley as he read him as a liar, and, surprisingly, said that he was unable to act. Ricky Smiley can't act 'cause Ricky Smiley can't act. He was tossing conceal at him, since he generally disliked the way that Smiley guaranteed he was initially projected for the job in the Friday After Next film. Feline Williams shut down Smiley's cases of him initially being Cash Mike and excused them as being just an absolute line you took. Friday After Next, the one I was in the film. Feline Williams played Cash Mike, who had an experience with as of late delivered criminal Damon, who was played by Terry Crews. Feline Williams expresses his issue with Smiley, who was the burglarizing stick clause in the film, came after he defended his personality not being for parody. The reality of the situation is the Cash Mike in the first content got in the restroom, and that is the very thing that Ricky Smiley was good with. Williams said that he requested to eliminate that scene and it would be 2 times as entertaining as Cash could getting. The issue with Friday After Next is we're attempting to make an exemplary satire, and this satire includes and is never entertaining regardless of who it happens to or what the conditions are. On the off chance that you would permit us to do this film without a person of color getting married in it, I guarantee you that it will be 2 times as interesting as it would be with him getting in his very own episode show. Smiley answered Feline Williams the next day. He multiplied down on his cases about the job. He additionally gave the explanation that the pimp component of the person wasn't included until Williams was given the job. Toward the finish of his reaction, he clarified that he had no worries towards Feline Williams. We need to hope everything works out for Feline Williams. It ain't only love here. Smiley said we need to hope everything works out for Feline Williams, or anything that it ain't only love here. Since we disagree, he was so deplorable, I put in my agreement that I want to work with Ricky Smiley again. Except if he's in a dress now. What was Ricky Smiley's next film? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my agreement. While Feline Williams was on the subject of uncovering liars, for example, Ricky Smiley, he felt free to mark Kritrick, the performer, for being a liar too. No one knows why liars falsehood, and that is the reason I needed to come on the program. Cedric did likewise. He let Shannon know that when he facilitated Cedric on his web recording and found out if he had taken his joke a long time back, he deceived him by saying it didn't arrange. Feline Williams has asserted that Cedric duplicated a cycle that he utilized during a 1998 appearance on BET's stand-up satire series Comic View. Feline Williams blamed the hairstyling parlor entertainer for playing out the supposed taken joke in the 2000 film The First Rulers of Satire. He said it don't arrange how it don't arrange. I did it on television in 2018. You came to see me at the Satire Store do it in 2019, and afterward did it on the Lords of Satire. Like W doesn't arrange. Feline Williams blamed Cedric for playing out his joke word for word on Rulers of Parody, and that he just changed the word vehicle with spaceship. Feline Williams asserted that Cedric and his long-term companion comic and television As Steve Harvey had proactively apologized for the supposed taken joke, he said that he had given him a disregard for 10 years, yet it was exclusively until he denied taking the joke in 2022 when he chose to revolt against it. Cedric, as far as it matters for him, told Sharp in 2022 that Williams' allegation was ludicrous and some web. He then guaranteed that the timetable of when the two humorists made their quips didn't square with Williams' cases, and felines say you took one of his jokes definitely like it was crazy. You understand what I mean. It resembled the possibility of the joke that he was in any event, discussing don't coordinate with no course of events. So, for me, it was something or other like, did you have a discussion? Did you all sell it? Did you have a discussion with Feline? Well, I answered him the manner in which he answered me, be nevertheless, that is what I said too. I've seen Feline, you realize even before then, I've seen this person 30. Circumstances such as Canine in the event that you in a real sense was that resentful about it, like Canine come and say hello. Why say not at all like that, don't check out this will be this is a few web and that is so all I can express. So after this interview, AED fans went on Twitter and posted clasps of both of the entertainers' exhibitions to investigate the similitudes between the two jokes. At the time, Feline Williams' stage name was Feline in the Cap, and later made sense of that he needed to change his name after he got an order to stop all activities from Disney. Had radio up so boisterous that you were unable to hear the damn thing when it trim off. It seemed as though you flossing in a debilitated applause. Use applause converter before we, driver space. We grew up driving long for vehicles. We drive a space shade like it's a 72 deuce and a quarter. We get us a cigarette. We get us we be in a space clothes like it's a 72 music fella. I'm trying to say I can't allow these fellows to lie. Cedric staying here explaining to you why he ain't a celebrity. He here seemed to be a walrus. You didn't not say anything. He couldn't actually get his arms off his stomach, sitting over why I'm not a film not long after bedding down on Steve Harvey and Cedric the performer as liars. Feline Williams proceeded to address Kevin Hart for being an industry plan. He made sense of how Kevin's history looked bad, as he was never selling out shows in parody clubs, proceeding getting a lead job in the film Soul Play, now filing problem with Kevin returns numerous years, and Feline had recently implied that Kevin had sold his spirit by venturing over his standards to get to that powerful degree of distinction and keeping in mind that Kevin Hart answered Feline Williams by going on the Morning Meal Club, charging him for faulting Hollywood for his private matters. Feline Williams multiplied somewhere around making sense of why Kevin Hart would do in a real sense anything for progress, while Feline Williams had answered Kevin Hart's allegations of substance misuse and swindling studios in the past. He made a point to make his position all the more clear when he excused Kevin's claims on Shannon's web recording guaranteeing he not even once disapproved of unlawful substances and significantly less any film studios. Ooh, felines on drugs. Where are the story? Why would that be no account of anyone who at any point offered a medication to me, did a medication with me, was around me when I was intoxicated? I got 5 little girls, I got 5 children. How could we recount these crazy stories since it's opposition? The business doesn't screw with Feline cuz he didn't appear for the studio. No studios have at any point said that. Glance at my MB. It will show you that no studio has at any point lost cash with me on the content. He even proceeded to say that he and Kevin Hart have not been in similar spots simultaneously in more than 25 years. Kevin Hart don't went 25 years while never being in a similar structure with me simultaneously, assuming I go in the structure he leave. You've never seen us in similar structure ever in 25 years. Feline Williams proceeds to be resolute about Kevin offering his spirit to individuals who control media outlets, and to give you some setting, he's alluding to the well-established gossip that dark male performers in Hollywood are constrained into wearing a dress in a film before they're permitted to advance into a higher degree of popularity. This talk, anyway, is starting to appear to be to a greater extent a reality as opposed to a basic paranoid fear, as different jokesters and entertainers have gone out to discuss their very comparable encounters with the dress. Dave Chappelle, one of the principal joke artists, that has cautioned the general population of the risks behind consenting to put on a dress for a film,